Welcome back to Danza Disc Golf and to another Patreon sponsored Bag It or Bin It for not all these discs, but the PA-5 from Prodigy, specifically in the 400 plastic. Cody is the patron who asked me to review this disc, which I'm very excited about because right now in my flippy putter slot, I bag a very beat-in Eco Pure. I aced with it the first day I got it, and I've been a Pure guy for a while, but the feel of this 400 plastic feels so good. The numbers on this guy are 3, 4, -2, 0.5, so glidey and understable. And to be honest, with all these Bag It or Bin It's, we play 6 holes with all the discs. Decide whether or not you should throw it in your bag or throw it in the bin, the trash. Just bag it or bin it sounds better than bag it or trash it. Also, if I can't beat par in the bag it or bin it, I have to give the disc away. In this case, since it's Patreon sponsored, it has to go to Cody. But sometimes I like to compare discs. So today we're gonna do kind of an elimination style challenge where we have the PA-5, the Eco Pure that I bag, the Jesper Landmark Pure right here, which is Opto Pure, a little bit less stable than the Pures that you would buy out of the box right now that are Opto Pures, as well as a Warden, which is in a base plastic. This is my first ace disc when I got an ace in Las Vegas, and then the Trash Panda Inner Core, which I think these two are gonna be more stable than the rest of them. But I wanna see which flies most similarly to the PA-5, but every hole will eliminate one of these discs, except for the PA-5, obviously. Now I'm gonna be honest, my plan for this video was to start from a pretty easy water hole right up there, kind of by where those ropes are, and just make this a nice, easy par 3 across the water. Oh no, water at the beginning. But I think we can make it a little bit more interesting because we're gonna start on this water carry, going to the basket that is way out there, 350 feet, but we're gonna play this as a par 4. Because these are all understable putters, hopefully we won't put any into the water, especially not the PA-5, and we're gonna try to get them all to that first landing zone, which is across the water, and then see how they all work on an upshot. Now it's actually 212, so it's not insignificant, but the first one, I think we're gonna start out, since I bag it, with the Eco Pure. Stop turning, sit down. Nice and smooth, way up there. Potential throw-in. PA-5 is going next. Gave that one a lot more height because the height is gonna mitigate the understability, but that went very far on very little power. I've honestly been looking for something to replace my Pure, which is why I'm pitting them most against each other because I kind of want to like this PA-5. Way more stable, actually. That's pretty far, though. A little lower. Oh, I trusted that one a lot more. I really trusted that one would be straight, and it was. If you're new to the channel, my main goal here is to bring you along the journey of going from a very amateur player, which is when I started my channel 6 months ago in June. I think I was like 920 maybe, 910, to now being 953 rated, and my goal is to cash at a Pro Tour event. So I want to bring you guys along that journey, so subscribe if you're interested in that. Please, we're trying to get to 15,000 by the end of the year. But one thing, as I have grown in creating content, as well as getting more toward that professional side, because I'm starting next year as a professional disc golfer, I don't really want to be sponsored by a big manufacturer. I'd rather either be sponsored by a retailer or be able to self-finance almost everything here, just so that I can say what's on my mind no matter what and have a little bit more just leverage in case I ever do want to get sponsored, because I don't need a sponsor. So supporting the channel, whether that's through my disc drops or just liking and subscribing to the videos, that's really helpful. But that also means I want to have a different manufacturer in every single slot in my bag. So for my stable putter, my neutral putter, my understable putter, I want all those to be different manufacturers, not just different discs. And I already have a lot of Trilogy all over the place, and I'm comfortable having one dynamic, left side, and latitude in the bag, but I want to try to get out of having 6 or 7 latitude discs in my bag because I got started with them and I'm comfortable with them. So I'm really hoping that something like this PA-5, or maybe even a better flippy putter, if this isn't the best that I want, will take that spot. So that's really what this is kind of auditioning for today, is my Prodigy spot in my bag. I think to keep things interesting, we're gonna call that I have to run all of these for the Eagle. Short. Oh, that's so good though. Well, it held the hyzer. Hyzer! 2 left. No. Great height though. Pure gonna get knocked out already. PA-5. All right, these one chain baskets, not my friend today. And since both of the Pures actually ended up tying, I'm going to make the executive decision and eliminate the Opto Pure. Eliminated. Bye-bye, buddy. All right, so before we get on to the next hole, let's look a little bit at the profile. I really like the plastic, first of all, but it has a bead on the bottom that you can probably see slightly right there. The bead honestly feels really, really nice in my hand. I power grip everything that I throw, including my putters. I want to start to work on potentially a fan grip, but this feels very good in my power grip. It also feels good in the putt because of that bead. And just because I don't fan grip doesn't mean that there aren't touch shots versus like max power shots. And what I tend to do is I will front load right here, this pinch grip for my max power shots. That feels good. It's slightly deeper than what I'd want for that type of shot, but normally I'm not throwing my understable putters ever max power because they're always going to be touch discs for me. It's kind of like a utility disc on the other side of what my Razor Claw 3s are, what a lot of people's zones are, where it's utility on the overstable side. These type of discs are utility on the understable side. But it feels like an Opto Pure to me, just with a bead kind of, where those in my hands feel a little bit more like a mid-range, but the top is much flatter and it's slightly shallower than the Pures are. I really like how it feels. Hopefully that means we can play really well with it. So here we are, we're going to that basket. It's about 210 feet away, so perfect putter distance, especially throwing a more neutral shot. So all these we're actually gonna throw flat to the left and see if they will turn. Gonna be honest, the Warden and the inner core just aren't gonna do that. They're not this that are just gonna turn out of your hand. So I'm gonna throw these on some angle, but these ones I'm gonna throw the exact same, the Pure and the PA-5. Yeah, the Pure definitely feels a little bit more bladed, like, because it doesn't have that bead there that rounds it over, and I think that's probably what gives me that mid-range feel from the PA-5. Smooth. That disc is very beat in. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the PA-5. Wow, that is glidey. Holy cow. I feel like I can throw that with even less power, which is really nice, especially for gap hitting. We're gonna try the Warden on just a slight angle now. Definitely different disc, a little short as well, not nearly as glidey. Inner core. Another 2-speed, and that is more stable for sure. Don't go in the water, please. I'm gonna say it. It's kind of pointless to be throwing the Warden in the inner core because they're so different. So we're just gonna move on with not really an elimination style thing. That'd be a good idea if I got a bunch of discs that were the same style, but I didn't because I'm a hack and a fraud. But this thing just stays in the air with very low effort. Oh, if it's not Prodigy baskets, it's Prodigy discs. All right. Yeah, these are very interesting. The PA-5, it is bigger. Maybe? It seems slightly bigger, especially because this Pure is slightly puddle topped as well. This is very, very flat, and it's definitely deeper. Feels really good in my hand. I really like it. I'm hoping I can throw it well and figure out the glide, because sometimes too much glide is not what you want. It is on a turnover disc potentially if you want to just get around something and just glide and turn forever. Just not sure. We'll have to see. All right, looks like we got some rain coming in. The next shot is going to be kind of a hyzer flip to turning shot. We're gonna call Mando between these trees, and we don't wanna get into those fronds over there. So we're gonna really have to make sure to throw it on some hyzer, let it flip up and ride straight or turn slightly. 230 feet, pretty simple shot. Should be able to execute it with both of these. I'm just more interested in what the flip point on that PA-5 is. A little too much turn. I always struggle with turning these over too much. I still got to putt inside the circle. We're gonna probably put this a little bit higher at a very similar line. Oh, that flipped a lot as well. Very similar discs. We got to putt off that backside hopefully, but I'm gonna have to figure this disc out. The turn doesn't seem to be a turn and burn as much as the Pure is, more of a turn and just continue gliding on that turn, which is kind of what I want for a lot of shots, especially in the woods. I thought that was so low, but that thing's, wow. Mr. PA-5, I wanna like you, but I gotta figure you out a little bit, okay? All right, this hole is gonna be very interesting. I hope we can see it because it's a little overcast and this is a white disc. What I'm gonna try to do here is actually tee off slightly from the side of this because I wanna go through these trees hard on hyzer high, let it flip and turn into that basket, which is 300 feet away from us right now. Pure still has the box. There is a slight headwind. It's gonna be a very interesting shot if we can make it happen, but I think this will really show if this will turn and burn if you throw it hard or if it'll just continue to glide on out there. Not nearly wide enough, not nearly as wide as I wanted. It's a little short too. Like that's what I was saying, is I think the difference is, it's just kind of, this one kind of rides on that turn and doesn't turn crazy far. So let's see if I can make that happen. Oh, even more inside. It is also farther than the Pure after hitting a tree. There's definitely some utility to that. I just wish I could throw a good shot with it right now, honestly. All right, both of these definitely got some good distance. They're both about 280, maybe 270 feet out here. Dude. I keep missing that left. Is this legal? It's still a 3, okay? Between you and me, it's still 3. And everything is still under par, but not going great. 2 holes left. I forgot I had this nice new bag, which you can snag. Not a sponsor, but an affiliate. So if you buy one, you'll help support the channel and you get 10% off using code Bonanza10. Have it linked in the description with all my other affiliate links. Wow, that is so nice. Look at that. All right, so the last hole is gonna be there, but there's actually some LARPers there, which is pretty sick. My wife texted me, she's like, there are people playing the accordion and there's someone with a bow and arrow. Something's about to happen. What is going on? So we're gonna actually switch it up. We're gonna play a hole. It's a little bit scary because I gotta be precise, but we're gonna play a little shorty. We got the basket right through there. This kind of is gonna be treated as an upshot. We're gonna throw from here where I'm standing, I can't see the basket. I could go around to the right, but we're gonna play and just see if we can thread through this gap on a little bit of turn. So from right here, probably about 180 feet. Actually, I'm gonna throw them flat, kind of towards the middle and let the turn do the work. Okay, a little bit. Oh, a little bit perfect. Oh! That didn't come down. Holy cow, that's a long pull. What? All right, well, the lie was under this and we're not in California, so we're gonna pitch up with a forehand real fast. We got the par with both of these boys. Now I'm gonna actually throw it through the gap. I think my problem is I don't throw a lot of flippy stuff. I'm thinking about doing a challenge where for a month, I take everything over stable out of my bag and force myself to only throw flippy stuff so I can learn angles and hitting gaps, because right now I try to force over stuff a lot. I gotta give myself the time to figure that out. Flat through the gap, let it do the job. Okay, that's much better. Look at that. All right, big time hole time. PURES up first. We're gonna have to put this on a lot of hyzer, out to the left with some height. Hopefully it doesn't fade into the water. Never gonna come out of it. Almost pin high. I just could not trust hanging that out left. I'm gonna have to at the PA-5 though. Oh no, that's so high. Oh, it's still kind of drifting though. No way. Any other disc that's in the water, but that is safe. I threw that way too nose up, which stalled it, so it didn't turn nearly enough. Oh, that was... Get in. Dang it. All right, uphill, easy putts. 2 left again. Yeah, that definitely isn't a putter for me. It feels more like a mid, like I said. I don't know, something about the shape of it. But at least we're under par with it. This one's kind of questionable for me, honestly. We gotta talk a bit because I don't know if this is gonna replace my Flippy Pure yet. Do I wanna find something to replace this disc? Yes. Is this the replacement? I think I might just need to get a little more touch with it. Just a little more reps, a little more practice, because this has been in my bag since June. So this has been in there forever. This I just threw for the first time today, but they fit similar slots and I like the feel of this in my hand. I actually don't know if I like it more than the Pure. I would have to say bag this disc for sure. I think this is a really, really good flippy putter. I just don't know if it beats out the Pure for me yet. The Pure is one of the best throwing putters on the market, and the PA-5 is really good, and I think it's gonna stay in my bag along with the Pure, and on every shot that I throw the Pure, I'm gonna throw the PA-5 and just see if I like it, because I really like a premium plastic, especially with something that's this flippy out of the box. I want it to stay this way for a decent bit and hopefully beat in slower than like this, which kind of beat into the point where it's not quite as glidey as this. It's also a little bit more flippy than this because this will hold the turn instead of just kind of burning over. But both of them are definitely solid discs. If you want to tell me what to do and be my boss for a day with a disc, go ahead and join my Patreon down below at the 3rd tier. You can do that. Please like and subscribe to this video. But if you want to see my last Patreon sponsored bag it or bin it, check it out right up here. It's the Cloudbreaker versus 2 different rives and 2 different stages of wear, because the Cloudbreaker is kind of just a copycat, maybe, potentially-ish. But you'll have to watch that video to find out my whole thoughts. Okay, love you. Bye.